Welcome everyone for another AP Therapy video. This time we'll be talking about propolis and COVID-19. Yes, you probably remember I did a video a little while ago about a study that has been conducted in Brazil by Dr. Andressa Beretta, a pharmacist, and she is just amazing. The study she did is great. Basically, in a few words, it showed that using propolis in certain quantity, in a certain type of propolis, can reduce by about half the time, the duration of hospitalization of COVID-19 patients. So that was a big one for me. And of course, I've seen a very little visibility on that video, but for me it's extremely important here in Quebec, and I know in France as well. There's now the question of a vaccination passport that is being talked a lot about, and now being implemented more and more. I don't know all the details regarding this, but this is big, and it's a big social concern, honestly. And for me, it's very serious that AP therapy, with that study, is showing that there's real interest into working more with AP therapy to actually being able to solve some of those problems, reducing the time of a hospitalization and all this. And the fact that the actual authorities are usually not pushing at all in the direction of natural medicine to resolve COVID-19 issues, problems, for me is sad, because at least in Canada, there's lots of money that is injected into the people. There's such a big support, financial support to the people. Let's say, I don't know, maybe 1% of that would have been given to development of natural products to help out with COVID-19 situation. That would have been wonderful. Actually, AP therapy with that study of Dr. Andressa Beretta is showing clearly the interest for this, and it's a really good study. Another one is being prepared right now. So for me, this is kind of sad. So actually, the group that organized, remember that great AP therapy conference, kind of a summit on propolis. The name of it was A Medicine for Our Time. And it was just a great event. It was on May 27th and 28th. And that happened not that many people attended. There was some, there was some people, but I would have loved to have at least 1 million people attending. I mean, it's huge. It's such a huge concern for our world right now. And we had some thousands of people. But we need many, many more people to be aware of that potential of AP therapy, specifically in such a situation where governments of many different countries are taking major financial decisions, not only financial, but also social decisions. This is getting critical, and there's almost no attention given to natural medicinal products. And for me, wow, it is so sad. Actually, that group called the IPRG, International Propolis Research Group, now all the conferences that they gave during that Propolis Summit are now on their website. Everybody can see them, but you actually have to be a member, so you should register in order to be able to see them. So if you want to register, I think you have to write to them. I put the link on the description of that video. But if you're interested by seeing this, it's just amazing. Actually, Dr. Andressa Beretta was there explaining her study. So you do have a video about this great study. And she's there talking about it, and she did the study. This is just such a great opportunity for me. I don't know, it's just amazing. People should be interested into this way more, way more. It's huge, and money is just pouring from here and there and going in that direction or that other direction. But what is given to natural products? Very, very little. And that is kind of sad. So Brazil did something, nothing happened in Canada for this. In many countries, nothing happened. I don't know for all countries, but from what I know, only Brazil did something about COVID-19, something strong, because they managed to get the authorization from hospitals and so on, and the funds as well. So this is great, but we need more of this in Canada to happen as well. And I would even say less of that other stuff that is, there's so much money in that other stuff. It's crazy. Yeah. So I'm just saying, because for us in AP therapy, it's shocking to see this. You know, when we think about vaccination, should I be vaccinated or not, and so on, everybody will say, well, most of the people now will say, oh, you should be vaccinated, because actually there's a mass effect happening there. So everybody says, yes, vaccination is good. You need to go there. Just some percent of the population now are saying no. And for me, the question is, you know, there are other alternatives, and those other alternatives have not been given the chance to prove themselves, financially at least. And this for me is critical, because this is where I work in AP therapy, and we didn't receive that chance. Although there was tons of funds everywhere to solve that huge problems, there were tons of funds of financial decisions moving economy, and almost nothing went there, and we didn't even have a chance to say much about it. So this is critical for me. So I'm just putting that point out open, you know, so that people can reflect about it, and putting all the links towards that study. And of course, in this Apropolis summit, there was tons of other great conferences to listen to. Anyway, so I'm just putting it out there so that people that are looking for alternatives, because of course there are people that cannot be vaccinated. Some people, for them it's something, you know, in their mind, they don't want to be vaccinated, but for some, and that counts as well, and often, but for some other people, it's not, it's like physical, like their medical doctors told them, I won't recommend you to have your vaccination because you don't react well to vaccination, so I don't recommend it. Well, they need an alternative if they want to, you know, cope with the fact that yes, they could get COVID-19, and maybe it would hit them hard like it did with so many others. So yes, you know, they need also some access to solutions other than vaccination. I mean, this is for me so obvious. Of course, not everybody can be vaccinated. For some people, it is not recommended. So this is huge, honestly. I would love to have more discussion on the possibilities of having part of the funds going to natural products, because when we invest in natural products for our health, we also invest into natural product for our nutrition, for food, for agriculture. Because if we have organic farming because we need organic beekeeping in order to have our medicine, well then we need the same organic farming for our food. So we will move away from pesticides and so on, and we will stop encouraging, you know, big progress on changing our DNA, cloning people and so on. You know, why not investing more into the natural way of doing things and having just a more beautiful planet, and start, you know, dealing with our garbage, you know, stop polluting the seas and the ocean and so on, and put our attention there instead of investing so much into directions that are just, I don't know, putting our pride up there with the possibility of changing DNA and cloning people and so on. This is, where are we going? Seriously. So, of course, this is a different video than usual, because for me, maybe I'm smiling a bit less than usual, but honestly, it is my field. And it's really like, this is a serious topic and we don't get to talk about that much. And it is critical for me, like seriously. And my like core value of who I am, you know, how all this is happening is very serious. And there's more and more social pressure with that vaccination passport idea popping out now. I mean, it's sad to see people being in conflict because, oh, I don't agree with you, why don't you vaccinate and so on. Again, for some people, it is not recommended. So we won't be all vaccinated. This won't happen because it's not good for many people. Maybe not 100%, but for some people, it is not recommended. So that being said, it's just food for thought, really, and because this is a situation, there are many people working in natural product industry, and in apitherapy, there are solutions there, and it's showing by that study. So why not invest even a small percentage there of all that money pouring around that COVID-19 issues? Anyway, just food for thought. Hope you liked the point of views and the ideas that I've put there for us to ponder on. So anyway, thank you for listening, and see you another time for another apitherapy video.